The Tampa Bay Buccaneers need to get healthier coming out of this bye week in week number 9. Let's talk about it. Shout out to Sleeper, by the way. More on them a little bit later on in this video. Folks, I did the numbers. I crunched the math, okay? And I went ahead and listed all of these star players that have missed games for the Bucs so far throughout the first half of this season, how many games that they have missed, as well as some guys that I think could be in play to return from the bye week. So let's go ahead and get started. Firstly, running back Bucky Irving. He's missed 4 games this year with shoulder and foot injuries. He is a candidate to return after the bye week. Of course, wide receiver Mike Evans. He's already missed 4 games this year with concussion, hamstring, and collarbone injuries. He is going to miss more. Maybe he'll return at around week 16, week 17. We will have to wait and see on that. Star wide receiver Chris Godwin has missed 6 games this year due to ankle and fibula injuries. He is another candidate that is in the possibility to return after the bye week. Jalen McMillan, the Bucs' 4th wide receiver, has already missed 8 games this year due to a neck injury. Mid-December has been talked about, that estimated return date here for the Bucs. Star tight end, or I guess I should say, blocking tight end, Ko Keefe has missed 5 games this year, and he's going to miss the entirety of the remainder of the season with a broken leg. Tristan Wirfs missed 3 games this year due to a knee injury at the start of the year, but he's good to go right now. Starting right guard Cody Mauch has missed 6 games, plus the entirety left of this season due to a torn ACL. His replacement, Michael Jordan, has missed 5 games this year due to knee injury. He hopefully can get healthier after the bye week as well. The other backup, Luke Haggard, who was promoted from the practice squad to the active roster because of the injuries to guys like Michael Jordan and stuff like that, has missed 2 games this year due to a shoulder injury. He's another guy that I think can get healthier during the bye week. Another big name, star, $20+ million per year right tackle Luke Gedeke has missed 6 games this year due to foot injury. He is another guy who could certainly return after the bye week. And folks, that is just on the offensive side of the ball, okay? And the guys that I'm hopeful for to return are Bucky Irving, is Chris Godwin. I'm looking at Michael Jordan to get healthier, Luke Haggard to get healthier, and Luke Gedeke to get healthier as well. Of course, Irving, Godwin, Gedeke, even Jordan I would throw in there are the big 4 names on the offensive side of the ball, but you still want good depth. So Haggard, look, he was getting better as he was playing, so I wouldn't mind just better interior offensive line depth, right? Dan Feeney was out there at right guard during their win versus the New Orleans Saints, and he literally was signed off of the Bills practice squad just a couple of weeks ago. So the Bucs interior, just really the offensive line in general, has suffered so much of injury concerns this year, especially on the right side of the offensive line. So I think that getting those guys back would be huge for the overall efficiency and production of the offense. Irving, Godwin gives you so many good weapons. The Bucs have been surviving with guys like obviously Emeka Egbuka, who's well on his way to over 1,000 yards this year. Tez Johnson has been getting involved. Sterling Shepard has been doing some things right. Rashad White's been there. But obviously with Bucky and Godwin back, and of course getting your offensive line healthier with Gedeke, with Michael Jordan in there as well, you can't fully replicate what that means for the offense, right? So, and I will say this, it has been frustrating with the lack of a clear timetable regarding these guys coming back from their injuries, right? We've barely heard anything on an expected return date for Bucky or Chris Godwin or Luke Gedeke for that matter. The only one who's been placed on the IR, by the way, has been Gedeke. So, the fact that they had not placed Bucky or Godwin on the IR or Michael Jordan on the IR does lend to believe that, like, hey, with a full week of rest, those guys could come back after the bye week, hopefully, right? But also the fact that there is a lack of a timetable is frustrating as well. Then on the defensive side of things, look, Kalijah Kancey, he's missed 6 games this year. He's going to miss the rest of the season with a torn pec. We know the score with that already. We have Elijah Roberts there. We have Elijah Simmons there. We've got Logan Hall, Greg Gaines, guys who are in those scenarios. Hassan Reddick, though, just missed last week against the Saints due to knee and ankle injuries. Is he an option to return from the bye week. Todd Bowles just said to the media recently that Hassan Reddick has a sore knee, but that should be fine, and he did sustain an ankle sprain. But obviously the timeline on that is still murky, which again is frustrating, but it just depends on how these players' bodies respond. Of course, people kind of forget David Walker, remember, 4th-round draft pick of the Bucs? He tore his ACL before the season even really got started, so he's out for the entire year. McCollum has missed a game this year due to a thumb injury. Dean missed a game this year due to a hip injury. Benjamin Morrison has missed 3 games this year due to hamstring injury concerns. And then Christian Izien, backup safety, has missed 3 games due to quad and knee injuries. Is he an option to return after the bye week? Because remember, he left that Saints game with a knee injury. So there's a lot of different guys that you sit here and look at and say, hey, could they come back after the bye week, okay? On offense, it's Bucky, it's Godwin, it's Michael Jordan, it's Haggard, it's Gedeke. On defense, Reddick and Izien are really the 2 main guys. And just overall, this team taking that week off, taking that pressure off the body for a week. McCollum's going to be healthier. Dean's going to be healthier. Hopefully Morrison's a little bit healthier as well. Reddick maybe is coming back. All these different names, right? I feel like if you just get guys healthy and back into the building, you really will be able to see improvement here for this team overall. And I'm going to be making some different conversations here about the trade deadline and stuff like that and what the Bucs should or shouldn't do. Also reviewing the first 8 games of the season so far for the Bucs this year and where I feel like they need to improve going forward. But right now, I would say far and away the biggest thing the Bucs need to do is just get freaking healthy, guys. I mean, that really is the biggest concern for me personally right now is, hey, get your star running back into the mix once more. Get your star wide receiver, now that Mike Evans is gone, back into the mix once more, because you're going to need Godwin like nobody's business, okay? Get your offensive line healthier. They need to get healthier just to help out Baker Mayfield. Get your pass rush a little bit healthier. Get some secondary guys back healthier as well. That's my biggest concern for this bye week. Before we go ahead and end off, everybody, though, I do want to say shout out to the sponsor of this channel. It is Sleeper. If you guys do use the code MrBucs, you will get a 100% match up to $100. Again, that is whenever you use the code MrBucs. Also, everybody, whenever you sign up, they give you $20 just for free. Simple as that. You guys can see I made some picks myself. It's just as simple as hitting a few buttons and then submitting your picks and hopefully winning big. Guys, go download the Sleeper app today and enjoy football the way it was meant to be. That is together. Huge shout out to Sleeper for being the proud sponsor of this channel. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. As always, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now and go Bucs.